you and your personal story, what are your personal triggers that inspired you to take up, the cause of gender?
Okay. Well, I grew up in a small community in Alaska, actually, so in the States, and which was a wonderful experience as a child, but we have, and I think Alaska continues to have, the highest figures of violence against women in the United States. So I think it's about 50% of women will experience violence in their lifetime, and we have 6 times the rate of child abuse than the rest of the United States. So I grew up in quite a challenging setting where I fortunately didn't directly experience it in my own home, but I saw the effects of violence every single day. I saw it in my community, I saw it in my school, I saw it with my friends, and I realized the burden. I realized how that is a constraint of people reaching their full potential. I realized how it was a massive human rights abuse in terms of violence against women and children. So I think early on, being exposed to some of these issues, I saw it as the right thing to do to take it up. But as I then entered into the workforce, and in particular my career in international development, I worked in countries like Papua New Guinea, other parts of the Pacific, I worked in parts of Asia for a while, Africa. And what I saw in that is that when you free women and children from violence and you remove that barrier, when you achieve gender equality by removing other barriers, everyone is better off. So you have happier and healthier families, you have more functioning and better communities, the private sector does better, the nation does better, GDP goes up, health indicators improve, education indicators improve. There's no doubt that everyone is better off when there's equality, and when it's not happening, it's a red flag that other things are not so good as well. So I think both in terms of the right thing to do, no one should be in a situation where they're unable to meet their full potential because of their gender, and it's also the smart thing to do in terms of just us being healthy, happier, and more prosperous as human beings.
Absolutely. Who motivates you? What's been your role models? Do you have any female-centric role models that inspire you, every single day?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good question. And there's women that inspire me every single day, but I feel kind of like it would be almost remiss to say there's one woman. I think any woman who's overcome barriers, who's had to fight for her rights or for her community's rights, she inspires me. And, I was remembering a story again from Papua New Guinea a while back. I was in a very, very remote community, and this community had no electricity and it had no running water. And there was a midwife that I met there, and this midwife every single day went to work, and in the middle of the night she was delivering babies. And as this woman delivered, she delivered it without electricity, without running water. She was using the torch of her mobile phone, but yet every single day she was going to work, and she was saving women's lives by being there, because we know one of the number one causes of maternal death is not having access to a skilled professional to deliver your baby. So for me, it's women like that just defy the odds and get out there. And, you look at what, every single woman in Afghanistan, in terms of having to put up with really difficult circumstances, but still in a position to kind of fight for their own rights of their family or advocate. It's just, that inspires me every single day. I mean, you have the incredible women doing incredible things, and there are many of them, but it's really that woman who every day is struggling against odds to make a difference. That's my inspiration.
Yep, the ordinary woman doing extraordinary things.
94.3 Radio 1.